The Theater of Pompey was the first permanent theater in Rome. It was made of concrete, which the Romans invented and mastered in the late 3rd century BC to create large works of art, architecture, and aqueducts. The theater was built by Pompey the Great in 55 BC and took 7 years to complete. This theater, like all Roman theaters, had similarities to the former Greek orchestra. However, they decided to cut the circle in half. Next to the convex side of the orchestra is the cavea, or audience seating. The audience was segmented into social classes, with the wealthy upper class, or patricians, closest to the orchestra, and the poorer lower class, or plebeians, farthest away. Sometimes members of the patricians would be invited on stage, or would even just walk on the stage whenever they wanted. In the center of the cavea, there was a stairway leading to the Temple of Venus. All citizens of the Roman Republic were invited to worship the goddess in the temple. Next to the flat side of the orchestra would have been the raised stage, or pulpitum. This stage was ornately decorated with columns and recessions, also referred to as niches. This pulpitum, like many others, had 5 entrances. 3 on the back wall, with the one at the center being taller and arched. The other 2 entrances, or vomitorium, were located on either side of the orchestra so that the play could appear to be performed on a long street with beautiful Roman architecture as the backdrop. Behind the stage was a large garden complex containing fountains, statues, and an exposition of art that Pompey had collected during his campaign. After crossing through the garden from the stage, one would stumble upon Curia Pompeia, or the meeting hall of the Roman Republic. This curia has historic significance because this is where Julius Caesar was murdered. With the Curia Pompeia and Temple of Venus flanking the theater and artful garden, the arts quite literally bridged a gap between church and state.